Hello, thank you for stopping by the channel. I have a bunch of December pickups that I've collected and I thought I would share. Most of these are gifts from the holiday, and a few are items that I stumbled on, of course. There's always something in that category. Anyway, I'll be putting all of these to good use, I'm sure. First, I got a flight stick as a gift. This is something that most people that played PC games tended to have at one point or another. I know it's kind of been replaced with a controller, but I've been looking backwards at some of the games I used to play, and now that I'm getting those games again, it's nice to have a flight stick to play with them. This one has a ton of different buttons and settings and triggers. It's probably far overkill from what, I used to use, but I have to say, in the modern market, there aren't quite as many options as there used to be. There used to be plenty of variety back then, but, now looking for a flight stick, it feels a little more limited. Anyway, it's a PC USB controller, and it should work with just about any game that can take a flight stick. I'm going to get this configured with some of the games I've been playing, and we'll see how it goes. For the NES, I found this game over the holiday called Plummet Challenge Game, and basically this is you playing a Daredevil character, and you jump yourself through mazes and plummet to your doom, trying to pick up as many points along the way. I'm going to do a review on this one soon. It's actually really fun, so I thought this one would be pretty interesting, and it comes in this funky clamshell case. I'm not sure if I like the clamshell in particular, but it's definitely unique. Everything's printed pretty well, so it looks great in a shelf. For the Nintendo Switch, I had a game come in that I forgot I had ordered some time back. The game is called Green Hell. It's a survival game. It actually came in the mail today, and opening it up, I was wondering what it was, and then I remembered this is something I ordered back in the summer, I believe. This was a special production game. This is from a particular studio that produces games in a low run, so I was happy to find this one. For the Nintendo 64, my collection is growing slightly. I picked up a copy of Forsaken. This is, I believe, a shooter for the Nintendo 64. Have to give this one a try soon. I'm going to be playing GoldenEye shortly. I know that there's supposed to be a new GoldenEye this year, but I want to get through these games on the original hardware to see a little more about the system. I'm still pretty new to the N64, so, this is always fun to get something new to play there. Got a couple games for the Xbox One. I got a game called Forza 6. I don't do a ton of racing games, but I see that Forza is so popular, I figured I'd give this one a try, and I found the game for a reasonable price. I also got a copy of Chivalry 2, and I popped it in and played it just for a few minutes so far. It's gorgeous. I used to play Chivalry 1, and that's a couple of years ago. It was a PC game. It's a first-person shooter, although you're really not shooting things. You're using swords and axes and stuff like that. It's very interesting. There's a lot of slaughter in this particular game. It's pretty interesting. And to just get one for a console that's of really high graphical quality, it's really interesting. So I'll probably give this one a deeper look soon. This past month, I got a couple of PlayStation 4 games. I got a copy of Resident Evil 4. I have Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation 2, and I also have it for the Wii, I believe. So getting it for the PlayStation 4, I'm pretty excited about this because it's a great controller, and it's got really good fidelity. So very excited to go through this game again because it's a lot of fun. I got a copy of Zombie. Now, this one was really interesting, and I was really happy to get this one because this is actually the PlayStation 4 version of the game Zombie that was only originally released, at least, for the Nintendo Wii U. There was a one zombie game they had on that system, and apparently it was really good. Well, this is that game, but it's been changed to some extent, I guess, to work on the PlayStation 4. Obviously, it doesn't have the same sort of hardware as the Wii U. The Wii U has a tablet in addition. So I'm sure there's some slightly different functionality in here, but in terms of getting to play that game, I at least don't have to buy a Wii U system to track it down for one game. Got a copy of Hades. Now, I can't say I know much about this one, except that it was really well liked in the reviews that I saw. Apparently, it's really popular this past year or so. Thought I'd give it a go. I also got the Outbreak Collection, which is a collection of a couple of different zombie outbreak type of games. I'm a fan of that genre, so I'm very excited to get this in the collection. Every time someone does something in this genre, they tend to do something new and interesting. And, well, honestly, even if it's sort of boring and old, I still tend to like it, so, hey, I'll take it. For the PlayStation 2, I actually found a new store. It was I don't think I'd call it a pawn shop, but it's definitely an electronics shop that has some resale items in it. Anyway, They had video games, and I found some PlayStation 2 games that apparently nobody else wanted, and they were a really good price, so I picked up a few. I got Midnight Club 3 Dub Session. This is a racing game, and I know that the Midnight Club games in general were well received, and there were a bunch of them, so I thought I'd give this one a go. Got a game called Endgame, which I have absolutely no clue on. I'm willing to bet it's one of their sort of B-level games, and, well, I'm into that sort of thing, so might as well give it a go. I also got a game called Summoner, which is probably even worse, but I don't know, I haven't popped it in yet. In any case, it was remarkably inexpensive, and I'm always happy to get a new PlayStation 2 game, especially one that has a case with it. Now, there was one thing that I stumbled on the other day that I felt pretty lucky to find. I was dropping off my recycling at my local town recycling center, and they have an area where people drop off stuff that might be reusable, and I found a copy of a PC game, Myst 3 Exile, in a box. That's great. So I picked this one up. I can't say I got very far in the original Myst, but to get a free big box PC game, I'm all for that. Plus, this one is unopened. I haven't even opened it yet. I know it's in there. It's all sealed, and I can hear stuff rattling around inside, but man, what are the odds of that? Who knows? Well, that's all I have today for pickups that I've acquired over the past month or so. Thank you so much for stopping by to take a look. If this is the type of thing you like, please feel free to like and subscribe the channel and take a look at some of the other videos I have. And I hope to catch you here again in the future. Thanks so much.